Hey everybody, welcome to my review of A Love and Marriage Huntsville. We have Tiffany and what's her name? Destiny meeting to talk about what happened. So she goes on to say that two people came that shouldn't have been there. Again, it was a public invite to everybody. Second, even though I didn't say first, but second, it was a cast call. Everybody had to be there. So So, can you stop acting like Stormy and Mel was not supposed to be there? So, if Mel, her mother, and Stormy wasn't there, it would have been 12 people instead of 15. And you wouldn't have really got no coverage on your store. Stormy came, gave her flowers in a Gucci box, but she's saying it with like disgust. Like, the sad part is that OWN showed unseen footage of Destiny and Stormy talking. Stormy, wanting to have a conversation with Destiny. And Destiny was just as calm as a bee in that conversation. So, I mean, she still had the stank face, but she ain't had this energy she having now describing the situation. Like, Destiny. So we found out that Stormy also sent Tiffany some stuff and hair care products, wanting to meet with her. So I guess Stormy's on a world tour to meet with everybody. I guess to get I don't want to talk about Stormy, but to get more camera time. That's just my opinion right now. But so okay. Destiny goes on to tell Tiffany about how Melody came to her event. She walked in and didn't speak. Lies. And how now she didn't tell Tiffany how she contemplated, because the camera was on you, girlfriend. How she contemplated watching Melody walk out. Melody was out the door. Melody was in your shop for a good 10, 20 minutes. You ain't had nothing to say, but you waited and ran behind her. She ain't tell Tiffany that part. She just said, if you come in my store, don't you should be speak to me. And she got the nerve to tell Tiffany that she said you should speak when you come in my place. And Mel said, girl, you just want a moment. And she said to Mel, I am the moment. Girl, where you said that at? Unless they edited that out, I didn't hear you say that. You was too busy talking about how she should have been escorted out like Tisha. But anyway, she's sticking with the story that Mel didn't speak to her. I can't wait to the reunion, and I hope they bring this up because I need to know if she gonna apologize for Mel not speaking to her. As a matter of fact, she said here with Tiffany that she said she spoke and she could have spoke, but it wasn't good enough for me. Big, what you really want? Cause y'all ain't even friends. Mel says she ain't taking you into 2022. So I don't understand what you wanted. You wanted her to pet your back? I don't understand. Then Destiny got the nerve to say, after her confrontation with Mel, there was no confrontation. You came after Mel. That she beeline to Miss Wanda. Like, are you serious? And then she got the nerve again to say, after Tiffany asked her, why weren't they here celebrating you? She gonna say it was about Melody and what she wanted to get off her chest. Like, Destiny, girl, you need to get off this show. You have really got to go. So, Miss Wanda wasn't at fault. Marceau, Maurice, everybody was involved in this, and you only blaming Melody? Seriously? And then she says everybody apologized except the one person. What she got to apologize for? You came after her. So what's she apologizing for? Destiny, I'm going to need you to stop. And I done talked about this for about a good 5 minutes. I'm over it. So this was on TV. You know that we can go back and see what actually happened, what you said, and what happened, right? So get your shit together, Destiny. You whack. You whack. For you to blame Mel is ridiculous. So your stinking ass attitude, which rubbed off on damn near the Scots, your stank energy attitude ain't had nothing to do with it either. So you ain't gonna take no accountability. So we got Tisha coming over to Kimmy and Maurice's house. She gets there and she explains that she don't know if Marcel coming because they had an argument last night. She says that Marcel told her that when he talks, she needs to listen. She felt like he shouldn't be talking to her like that, and then she starts crying and want Maurice to fight her battles with her husband. Why should Maurice talk to your husband about how he makes you feel when he talks to you a certain way? I don't know why you mad, because he been talking to you like that probably since you got with him. And now you mad? But go ahead, you ain't fed up. You staying. He been talking to you like that. Then you see Kimmy and Maurice in their confessionals. Maurice is like, yeah, we could talk to Marcel because Tisha's feelings is hurt. And Kimmy is like, you were saying it real sarcastically. They know it's silly for Tisha to ask them to talk to Maurice for him. Well, Maurice to talk to Marcel for her. Like, girl, you just proving the point that you want everybody else to fight your battles, girl. So Marcel comes in. Maurice asks him what's his take. He said the tension was built up for people who don't want to fight their battles. Don't say people, say your wife Letitia, who don't want to fight her own battles. So he lets us know that him and Martell had a conversation and that they got over it because they really didn't have no issues with each other. Right, Marcel? Y'all don't have no issues with each other, but Martell must got some damn bones buried that you don't want brought out. Something is up with that situation. I'm not sure what it is, but Marcel never can stay mad at Martell. Um, that's my only question. It's a man thing, it's a man thing. But remember, they used to run them streets. He helped Martell cheat on Melody. So, if Martell was cheating and you was helping him out, what was Martell doing for you? All right, let me move on. So, Marcel lets everyone know that if Wanda can't control herself, she can't be in his life. So, Maurice was like, well, Wanda's always going to be a part of Tisha's life. Yeah, she can be, but she ain't got to come around causing no problems, okay? Because Tisha do not speak up. She said, she always say, I talk to my mother, but she do what she want to do. Well, you got to set hard boundaries, okay? And to be honest, I think you think it's okay what your mother does. And the reason I say that, because at Jalen's housewarming, she came up in there starting stuff. Her husband tried to tell her, your mother is starting with these women. And Tisha says, well, if they're going to gang up on her, nobody was even ganging up on Mr. Wanda. So you okay with what your mother do? So Tisha and Kimmy go in the kitchen and have a little powwow, and Tisha starts crying because she says he talks to her disrespectfully. That ain't nothing new. I don't know why you acting like that's something new. Kimmy ain't surprised. Maurice ain't surprised, so whatever. So they get back to talking about how they want to get back to building and getting into business. He said he want to talk. They were talking about the Madani suites, him and Martell, and he wants to work with Martell. And Tisha was like, she don't want to work with Martell. And then Maurice asked how did he feel about that. He was like, well, if my wife have a problem with me working with Martell, then I'm not going to bring dissension to my family. So Maurice says, would y'all hire him for outside projects? And Marcel's going to say, you can't hire an unlicensed contractor. Wow, that's deep. Martell, you see how they laugh behind your back? Damn near in your face. I would never do business with them. Never. Matter of fact, Martell, I'm going to leave this picture up a little longer so you can see how he laughs at you. Maybe you'll see this video one day. Look at that face and see how he laughs at you, his old snaggletooth self. Mel and Martell meet up at Melody's house. They sit in the backyard. They thank each other for having each other's back. They talk about how Destiny said Melody didn't speak. Melody said she did speak. She's starting to think that Destiny just lies. She does. You ain't never lie about her lying. Okay? So they talk about Miss Wanda and how the Scott said that they can't control Miss Wanda. And basically that she shouldn't be around if they can't control her. Because she's causing a lot of problems. Okay? She's really bringing the show down, in my honest opinion. So Martell wants to get everybody together for a dinner, the original 6 people. And Melody says she feels like something positive can happen if they take Miss Wanda out of the equation. Melody says she don't want nothing to do with her. That if she see her on the same side of the street as her, she going to the other side. And I don't blame you, Mel. That lady is evil. So they agree that they're going to meet up for this dinner. Child, this should be interesting. So Tiffany and Stormy meet up to talk about what happened at Madani. Side note, Stormy's estate is thebomb.com. Okay, I gotta give it to her. That place is dope. Her house is dope. So they talk about what happened at Madani. Tiffany lets her know that she met with Destiny, and Destiny said that after the rift with her and Mel, and she was like, Stormy was like, "What you mean by that?" She said, "I saw Mel walk out the door, and Destiny ran behind her to say something to her." She basically was like, "You gonna wait till she leave?" This is what Stormy said. "You gonna wait till she leave to say something to her when she was in the store for however long?" Then Stormy talks about Miss Wanda and how she never seen an older person act the way Miss Wanda acted. She said they can't call her ratchet no more. Tiffany making these faces because she like, that is not the version of the story that Destiny told me. So Tiffany says that she asked Destiny how was it going to mess with her reputation. So Stormy making this face like, this is the most action her store got anyway. And in her confessional, she laughs about it. So Stormy, I'm gonna say this. First of all, you got on a "That's What's Up" shirt. You said her store ain't had no action. This is the most action her store ever had. Just know that Destiny ain't gonna be feeling you after this, okay? Frankly, who cares? So Martell meets up with Chris Fletcher. They talk about what happened at the event. He said Marcel's mouth is out of control, and Chris Fletcher wanted to know if they still were going to do business together. Martell said they're not going to do business, and I think that's a great idea because once he see the show and see how they laugh in his face, laugh behind him, treat him like he ain't nothing, I would never do business with them, never. So Martell lets us know that he has to start looking for a house because the house he's in, which he's leasing, the owners wants to sell the house. So he only got about 6 more months left on his lease. So he said he got to look for a house. Did you peep Chris Fletcher saying you never know after the Dustin trip? Meaning him and Destiny, him and Melody might get back together. Like, nope, that's done. It's a wrap. You better go ahead and look for a house, Martell. So Destiny and Stormy meet up to talk. Anyway, Destiny and Stormy meet up to talk. Stormy basically tells her that she came to support her. Destiny says, "Well, you came genuinely unlike other people. Like, girl, you better stop. Your attitude was stank from the door, okay?" So she basically tells her, that she wasn't going to wear her pocketbook or whatever. Here we go with this Gucci purse again. But anyway, um, she says, "I would have rather had your hair product." So Stormy breaks out the procedures. What's the motherfucking procedure when you got a Gucci bag at your head? So anyway, Destiny's sitting there looking uninterested, but plays it off as, well, it is what it is. Um, Stormy says she want to get everybody together, and Destiny rolls her big old popped out eyes. She basically said, if we do anything, leave her and Mel out of it. Well, Mel already said she don't want to be your friend, so I don't know why you acting like it's a big old deal. But Mel know how to be cordial, unlike you. Then she got the nerve to say the thing that happened with Miss Wanda and Mel. So you still gonna blame Mel for everything that happened? When it was Miss Wanda that turned up, it was Marceau that turned up, it was Maurice that turned up. Martell was calm as a cucumber. Melody had the right to approach Miss Dan Wanda, okay? They was fighting with words. Miss Wanda started that. So we have the ending scene with Funky Dineva coming to black. He basically tells them that he saw on Instagram that there was this big old melee in the park and her messy ass mama was involved in it. Exactly what he said, her messy ass mama. And Funky Dineva has a valid question. At what point do you tell your mother to stop or she can't come around no more? Marceau was like, you better not agree with him because I've been trying to tell you that for a long time. Tisha gets this stupid ass look on her face that then she stares at Marceau because they had that conversation already. At the end of the day, Tisha's still gonna let her mother do what it is she do. She ain't setting no boundaries because she ain't about that life. Destiny need to get her life together. I don't know what's going on with Destiny. I don't know if she feel like everybody is against her because really ain't nobody do nothing to her. She seemed to have this thing with Mel. She's upset that Mel let everybody know that she gave her money. But she said that after you done went on a world tour of interviews talking about how bad of a friend she is and that she was a master manipulator. So what did you expect from Mel? Anyway, guys, that's all I got. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks again to my new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching my video. Peace.